I'm Maddie Anderson, and that's Isaiah, Cade, and Justin, and we are giving a presentation about getting out the vote in White Oak.
This is a slide. It has some statistics about, or not, reasons that people don't vote. Just various reasons. Some people vote because he looks like they just have no good reasons to not vote, such as they just don't like either candidate. They just do it by the looks of people. This country is founded on the principle of the people who elect their leaders, giving them the right to govern themselves. And everyone who could vote did so. Today, citizens vote for numerous reasons. And because people vote for reasons other than the reason that you should be voting, which is to elect your choice, they vote for reasons such as that, such as who looks presidential, reasons like that.
The only way to fix this issue is if people get educated about their candidate and their platform.
This is a video. It's pretty much has people holding up signs explaining the reasons why they vote. Gives several reasons of their opinion of why they should vote and how they can change the country. So I'll play it quickly.
This slide is saying that if you have no way of transportation, like say you are crippled, or that's kind of a harsh word. If you are disabled, like in a wheelchair or something, that there could be machines made or public transportation, but there could be machines made and brought to the home of the injured or I forgot the word I was supposed to say. Handicap, there we go. And they could bring it to your home so they could vote and not have an excuse to not vote.
This slide has another video on it. It's just the history of voting itself from whenever the country was founded in 1776. Some people don't vote because they don't care. This article right here just names some more issues. The way to fix that is to make them care. You can put information in the newspaper, put people out in the streets, put it on television, just whatever you can do to inform people about the candidates. Then they will see that bad presidents will hurt the country, and see that it matters that they vote, see that they need to vote for the good of the country, and vote. And here's the video.
Hello, I'm Perez Hilton. Did you know that more people in the United States check their Facebook and watch the Super Bowl than exercise their right to vote? We've got some serious issues to deal with. So how come so many of us don't even bother to vote? Is it because we don't care? Or maybe it's because we don't know our history. So let's go back, way back. Our country's first election came after fighting for our independence. A fight that cost many lives, but it was worth it because instead of being ruled by a king, we were finally able to make our own laws. But not everybody was allowed to participate. You see, back then, you had to own property, be white, and a man in order to actually vote. Now, things continued that way for about 80 years, until after the Civil War, when slavery was abolished and all men were given the right to vote.
Now, hold up a minute. Just because we had the right to vote didn't mean we could use it. See, all these new voters wanted to participate, which threatened the people in power and their ability to stay in power. So they tried to stop us with violence and shady new requirements like literacy tests and poll taxes. We had to fight for nearly 100 years before the Voting Rights Act passed, which finally outlawed these dirty tricks.
And you weren't the only ones that had to fight for your right to vote. Somehow women got left out and had to organize and fight state by state. Until we took our fight to Washington and finally got our right to vote all across the country. And even once the laws guaranteed every person the ability to vote, you still had to be 21 in most states. So when our government began drafting people under 21 to go fight in Vietnam, they realized their lives were at stake and they had no say. Young people all across the country rose up in protest and demanded that everyone over 18 should be allowed to vote.
And since then, young people's votes have been crucial in deciding lots of big elections. Like in 2008, when a black candidate had a real chance to become president, young people showed up in record numbers. Every year, we make up a larger share of the voting population, giving young people more power, but only if we participate.
So let me break it down. Together, there is so much we can decide, like whether or not we should go to war, or how we spend our money, and how we power our lives.
We can determine who has the right to marry, and who has the right to choose, what possessions should be outlawed, and whether or not we should legalize.
It's up to you to make your choices and shape our future. If we sit on the sidelines, then others will make it work for them instead of us. So let's make our voices heard.
So what would it take for you to vote?
Ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. That's a quote from John F. Kennedy.
It's Uncle Sam, and he wants you to vote.
These are just a few of our sources that we use to make this presentation.
Thank you all for watching the presentation.
Are there any questions?
I was kind of fascinated by the theme so far has been that if you educate people, they'll vote. I personally don't happen to believe that. There was a point that was made that young people turned out in record numbers in the last election, which they did. And did they do that for a reason, a political reason, any of the reasons that were highlighted at the end of the film?
Not for Sex and the Film, but it's different opinions from what people have around the country. Several people have opinions of what they want done in the country and what they want to change. Some people vote just to think, make people think that they would change to something good. Other people just don't think when they vote.
I think it goes to show the candidate that they voted for, there was finally a candidate that had the same views that the young people had, and that's why they all went and voted for
So
that
you
candidate.
think that was the match with the young people? So having the right candidate makes people vote. 'Cause this is a whole group that didn't vote at all. And now they turn, well, not since the Vietnam era, but now they're turning out in record numbers. So I think that the candidate might have more to do with education. I think y'all made a good point there.
Thank you. Any other questions?
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.